Hi guys, so it's me Nicolette Mashile, and today I want to talk a little bit about my tweet or my Facebook post about a person earning 25,000 Rand, being able to save 15,000 Rand and live off 10,000 Rand. But I'm not going to necessarily go into this entire concept because I've already done that and that is done and dusted. But I want to talk about something specific that came out of that post and something that a lot of us as South Africans, we kind of dwelled on, and it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm just thinking, this is what we need to change in our country. But remember that none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for any kind of financial advice, please do consult somebody who is certified and registered with the FSCA. So let's jump straight into the conversation. One of the things that came out, because you know, people were in their feels about how it's impossible in Cyril's economy to live off 10,000 Rand. But one of the things that really came up was the fact that the tax, is this person not paying tax? And I was just like, what do you guys mean, is this person not paying? Of course they're paying tax. Guys, tax is not a negotiable thing. Income tax is something that you got to pay. Pay as you earn is something that you get registered for, especially if you're working for a company that is legit in the country. You've got to pay tax, and your employer must pay tax. And the moment they don't pay tax, you need to worry about it. But I was just thinking, going into the festive season, or will be now in this madness, big days period of December, a lot of people will probably be either moving jobs, negotiating new salaries. And I was a bit worried that if more than one or two or three or four or five people are saying, what about tax? It means that a lot of us think of our salaries in a very different way. So when I said that this person earns 25,000 Rand, I, in my head, immediately are alluding to the fact that this is the money that actually hits the person's account. The 25,000 Rand is the money that the person actually gets in the account. So therefore, the 25,000 Rand is automatically their net. And that is how I've always thought about my salary. I'll give you an example. When I first walked into one of my first and official, probably I think at the end of, or the beginning of 2014, when I walked into one of my first promotions conversation, and one of the questions that the employer or my boss at that point asked me was, how much do you want to get paid? And I looked at him and I was like, okay, it's a difficult question because, you know, speaking about money is not always easy, right? So when you get asked about how much do you want to get paid, you kind of like want to sound as polite as possible. But the reality is, this is your money. This is how much you're going to get paid, right? So I asked them and I said, listen, can I please get a day or two to think about it, to go sit at home and calculate how much I actually need, so that when I come back to you, I come back with a real figure, right? So I went home and I thought about it, and I did my calculations, and I wrote down exactly how much I needed every single month, even if I got an increase. For me, because I was sticking to what I was using throughout, for me it didn't make any sense to increase your living expenses when your salary increases, but I really did have a desire to earn more money. So I settled on 20,000 Rand. That's how much I wanted to earn, right? I walked into the next meeting, I think it was 2 days after the initial meeting, and I got asked again, how much do you want to earn? And I said to my boss, I want to earn 20,000 Rand. And he looked at me and he said, you want to earn 20,000? And I said, damn straight, that's how much I want to earn, because I feel like I'm giving you 20,000 Rand worth of value in this company. He then said to me, is this net or gross? And I was very puzzled, because I was saying to him, it's what I want to hit my account. It definitely needs to become my net salary. And he was shocked. So he said to me, so essentially, you don't only just want to earn 20,000 Rand. You actually want to earn just above 25,000 Rand. And I said, damn Skippy, that's exactly how much I want to earn, so that it ends up at, no, it wasn't even actually, at that time, it was 2014. I think it was 24,450 for me to be able to take home 20,000 Rand. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. When you are going to walk into a salary negotiation, you do not walk in with the amount before tax. That is not smart. That's not how you negotiate. You walk in with the amount that you want to hit your bank account. Let them worry about how much extra they need to put onto that salary to be able to pay tax and pay your medical aid, if it's medical aid, your UIF portion that they need to pay. That's not your problem. Your problem is how much do you want to hit your bank account. So go onto Google, type in tax calculator. Usually the first one that pops up is the Old Mutual one. it will ask you for your age. It will ask you, I think, it will ask for age, how much you are earning, and it's like a calculator tool that you can use to figure out if you earn 30,000 rand, what will your actual take home be, and it only takes account for tax, I think. So you would need to figure out how much your medical aid is, if you are paying medical aid, your retirement annuity, your UIF, and all those things, so that you can come to a figure that you're happy about. I'm just not understanding why in South Africa it's like common that people think in their gross figures and not in the net figures, or don't negotiate their net, instead they negotiate the gross. Because honestly speaking, you might think they're giving you a huge raise, but when you actually get it in your bank account, it's not that huge. It's the same way I feel about leave days. They'll tell you, no, you don't have to take your leave days, it's fine, we will turn them into money and we'll pay you the equivalent of your leave days. Babes, those leave days are going to get taxed, okay? So it's not worth it. You really think it's a lot of money, but the raise is not that great. So the boss will say to you, yeah, I gave you a 10,000 rand raise, but that's 10,000 rand raise is on my gross, darling. It's not on my net, so it doesn't count. So anyway, my last comment on this conversation is, if you are going to be walking into a negotiation, make sure that you are negotiating the net. Even freelancers and influencers, I know you guys do this, and I know that you guys make this mistake. You think that the deal is 300,000 rand, but it's not. It's 300,000 rand minus tax. When I worked it out, I mean, a deal of 840,000 rand will give you only 500 and something thousand rand minus tax. So you need to think about it. Remember that also freelancers pay up to 25% tax. So you got to think about these things, guys. It doesn't make sense to be negotiating the gross at all.